That video is a bit special because I am going to review his text game after the approach. So you will be able to understand what should be the first text and how you should behave by text after approaching the girl. In today's video, we are going to look at the approaches of a coach named Alex. He goes by the name of Play with Fire on YouTube, and he has more than 200k subscribers. So he has been around for a while, and I thought that he was doing mostly Tinder game, but he also does cold approach, and he has a lot of people who are following his advice. So let's take a look at how he is approaching.
Excuse me. Hi. I think you and I had like a little moment.
You what?
Momento, as we had a little moment.
A real moment?
A little moment.
What? No.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so his opener is, excuse me, I think you and I had a little moment. Every time he approaches a girl, he is going to say like, hey, you and I had a little moment. I see why he's doing it. He's trying to create complicity straight away with a girl during the day. And as we saw, it didn't work well here. If you actually have a little moment, I can see it working. I would still not use that opener. Instead of saying you and I had a little moment, you want to actually have the little moment. And the way to have the little moment is just to talk to her normally, you know. Go talk to her and say hi, how are you, what are you doing? Do small talk straight away, basically. That's the best way to open. If he approaches like that, you and I had a little moment, it's not going to work with girls with whom he didn't have a little moment, as he calls it. The girl is going to be, what the fuck? No, I didn't even see you, like. Fuck off, you see what I mean? So whether you have an eye contact with a girl or not, it's better to avoid opening like that. Again, it's not about like finding something original to say, standing out with what you say. It's about standing out with who you are. That's how it works with cold approach. It's not about your verbal game. It's about not looking like a nobody. He's looking like a nobody, and he's approaching girls who are like kind of dripped, you know, like they are wearing designers, you know, they are stylish. And he goes up to the girls wearing the typical PUA drip, H&M t-shirts, basic pants, cheap sneakers. What do you expect, Alex, going to talk to girls like that? Of course, it's not going to work. You want to dress the best way possible, not like a broke PUA like that. It's never going to work. I don't understand why those guys, they keep approaching, wearing those like basics fit. What do they think? What do they expect? I would be ashamed going to girls dressed like that. It's awful. You notice that he's with a dog, so he's using that poor dog for his cold approaches. Yeah, it's like the lamest thing possible you can do, to go out with your little dog, you know, and use your dog for the approaches. You don't need any extra thing to be able to do a proper approach. You can approach in any situation, in any scenario. You don't need to use any artifact or any object or any animals to attract the attention on you, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying like to stand out, to be original, but you don't need a dog for that. Instead of using that dog, he should just like dress better, basically. Find the right drip for him. You don't want to go out and approach with a dog. It's retarded, you know. If you have to go out to walk your dog and you see a cute girl, then you can approach her with the dog. That's totally fine. But when you are using the dog for your approaches, it becomes a layer. You remove him his dog, he's going to behave in a completely different way. It just makes it harder for him on the long run. Better to learn how to approach without any animals, without any dog. You shouldn't be dependent on anything external when you approach. I know he thinks that it's actually a smart move, you know, and that he's doing the right thing, but he posts this on YouTube. Then you see like some other guys doing the same, you know, bringing their dog to cold approach. He just ends up misleading so many people with that, because if you want to be able to cold approach, yeah, you should be able to do it by yourself, not with a dog. Also, when you cold approach the right way, you want to go out daily. It's like a lifestyle. So if you are always out with your dog and you approach girls with your dog, it's not low-key at all. You are going to be seen as that guy who is talking to every girls with your dog, you know. You can be seen as that guy who is approaching girls. It's fine, like it will inevitably happen. If you approach a lot of girls, you will be seen as that guy who is approaching girls, but you don't have that etiquette, you know, that dog label. When you have something that stands out, here is the dog, people, they will remember you quicker. You are much more lucky if you are without a dog. Do not bring your dog when you go out to cold approach. It's retarded.
Okay. What's your name? I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. That was such... Oh.
The way he stands against the wall, he thinks he's in like some kind of movie. He's trying to aura farm by standing like that. It's try hard, Basically, you don't want like to be to be standing like that when you approach a girl. It just gives that very cliche vibe that you don't need during the approach. Okay, the right way to approach is to remove all the extra fluff. No dogs, no weird standing, just being normal basically. And showing the girls that you are actually someone, that you are not like those guys. Just looking at him right now, the way he dresses, the way he stands. Compare that guy with his cheap drip, the way he stands, all of the trial stuff he does. With someone normal with drip, he is going to be destroyed during the day, by the guy with drip. Like, those guys, they have no fucking clue. They think it's about what you say. They try to game the girls with words, but that's not how it works. You want to just give a good first impression during the approach. That's all you want to do. It's not about what you say, it's about who you feel like. Do you feel like someone, or do you look like a nobody? What he's doing here, like the come on the streets, because he has his dog, it's very bad for mobility. When you don't have a dog, instead of being like that, you just follow the girl, you just like walk with her. And that's why you can talk to her, because if a girl is living like that and you tell her like come, why would she come to you? You're a stranger, why would she listen to you? But if you actually walk with her and talk with her, you are working together, so she cannot leave the interaction and you just talk with her, on her side. That's another bad thing about having the dog. You're not fully free with your movements. So yes, that cannot work.
I'll let you do your little AT&T phone exchange or drug exchange or whatever you're doing in there. But let's exchange numbers and hang out sometime.
Actually, I have a boyfriend.
You're gonna look into my blue Russian eyes and tell me you have a boyfriend?
I do.
Wow. I'm heartbroken. What about our moment?
I don't know.
It was such a
Do
good...
I really look familiar, or you just said that?
No, you actually did.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this guy, like, no more dogs, but now he has this cringe backpack. Big ass backpack. He tells her, oh, so you are just going to look at my blue eyes, and tell me that you have a boyfriend. What about her moment? What does he expect? As I said many times, if a girl tells you she has a boyfriend, you just change the topic of the conversation. You talk about something else. It works super well. You don't have to play her little game and talk about the boyfriend with her. She told you about the boyfriend, so you fuck off, basically. Just keep going. Keep talking with her, about different stuff and see what happens. Most of the time, the conversation will keep going. Just today, I was at the mall, and a girl told me that thing, and I just kept talking to her, and I ended up having her Instagram. So you never know. It might be true, but it's not your business. You don't know her, so you just stay in the moment, be focused on the moment, and get her Instagram. You don't have to create any drama like he's doing, oh, I'm heartbroken, blah, blah, blah. Do not do that stuff. It's completely useless and you look stupid. He doesn't need this to look stupid, like just with his like big ass backpack.
Listen, I know you're working right now. I don't want to get you in trouble. But can we exchange numbers and hang out sometime?
But I gotta...
That's okay. That's no problem.
No, for me, man.
You just... I got a dog.
Yeah.
Isn't that more important? Ah, you're married? Wow.
He's approaching a worker in the shop. You don't want to approach store clerks. You don't want to approach hostess. You don't want to approach waiters. It's way too easy. They are literally paid to be nice with you. They are literally paid like to help you. So you are basically abusing your power as a customer. They might give you their contacts, but it won't come from the right place, They will feel forced to do it. If you approach girls who are just running errands, who are just passing by in the city center, it's much better. Imagine you go out with your dog in your local shop and you approach the workers there, and then you go back there and you see them again. It's not scalable, What I teach is scalable methods that you can use over time. That you can do a lot in the same city while staying low-key. That's the goal, basically. What he's doing here is like, it goes against my method, with the dog and the workers that he's approaching. Just do the opposite of what he's doing, basically. No dog, and only approach girls who are only passing by.
You seem like really nervous.
If you approach a girl and she seems nervous, do not tell her that she seems nervous. Just talk to her normally. It's good to do that kind of stuff, like to tell her like, oh, you seem nervous during the date. If you're on a date with a girl and she seems nervous, then you want to be authentic and you want to tell her, okay, like you're nervous, and you want to figure out why, to help her like to calm down, you know. But here during an approach, it's normal like to make them a bit nervous. So you just want to just keep going, you know, keep talking like nothing happened without validating the fact she's nervous. You see what I mean? Carry on the approach without saying that she's nervous, you know. Makes no sense like to tell her that she's nervous during the approach. Of course she's going to be nervous, you know. It's like, it's unusual. If she's not nervous, if she's friendly straight away, it's not a good sign at all. She's used to be approached. So yeah, it's actually a good sign if she's nervous, you know.
Okay. Don't worry, he's a friendly dog. Are you guys like scared of strangers or something? Or?
Yeah, he's doing it.
Did when your parents said don't talk to strangers, you guys like took that literally, or?
It's like he's completely destroying his own approach, you know. It's like getting worse and worse. You seem nervous. Are you scared because of the dog? When your parents said don't talk to strangers, did you guys take it literally, or he himself make it worse? You see what I mean? Sometimes you just have to shut the fuck up, you know, and just ask simple questions and let them talk. That's the best way to proceed, you know. That's the best way to approach girls. What he's doing basically is just adding more and more stress to the approach. It's normal if girls are nervous during the approach, and you should just do like, yeah, just jump from topics to topics, you know, without any logic basically. And that's fine, you will be really fine. You shouldn't fixate on one single thing during the approach, okay? Just make it light, you will be fine, literally. That's why those guys, they are completely misleaded, is because they act way too logical during the approach. It cannot work.
Oh wow. I've never been this rejected this harshly with a cute dog.
So you can see here that he expects girls to behave a certain way because he's with his dog, you know. It doesn't work that way. It's not because you have your dog that you are entitled to be able to talk to every girl on the city. You should be able to talk to every girl on your own. That's a real skill. If you use your dog, man, it's lame, you know. It's so lame if you have to use your dog to approach girls. And you can see that he's relying on that, you know, because he's literally like telling them like, yeah, I never got rejected so bad with a dog. It's not serious. Like, it's not serious. You cannot learn from that guy with his dog, you know, because he is with his dog. If you want to learn how to call approach, learn from a guy who is not using his dog, you know. It's not serious. And also the fact that he's telling, oh yeah, you are rejecting me. Do not do any meta commentaries like that. You are just approaching a girl. You just talk to her normally, and you shouldn't talk about the fact you're approaching her, you know. Do not make her aware of the approach. It should be that magical moment that you are creating with her, not something robotic where you do this and you expect her to act that way and she didn't act that way. So you are saying this, like, man, it's hell, you know. That kind of shit, just watching it, it affects me, you know. It's so fucking bad, man. Those guys, they are completely lost. And they are all misleading you. If you are watching infield, you are being misled. Stop watching infield footage.
Excuse me, Pete, can't believe I can go. I think we had like a little moment.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had a little moment.
I had to come meet you. Do I know you from somewhere?
No, not that I know.
Okay. I'm Alex. Nice to see you. Yeah. I like how big your eyes are.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you from?
What is this, bro? What is that build, you know?
From Colombia.
What part? Cool.
Yeah, I think we should move.
Yeah,
Like,
let's move. Cool. I've actually been there.
I've been here for 2 months.
No, I've been to.
Oh, really? Oh, you have been there?
Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in Zona Rosa.
Zona Rosa? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. When?
Like 3 years ago.
Did you like?
It was good except for the part where I got some guy with a knife took all my money.
Oh my
but
God. That's a really
but
bad
other than that, it was pretty fun. Yeah.
If you have been to the country of the girl you approached, it's always a good occasion to connect, and you want to connect with her in a positive way without talking about any negative stuff. So that girl, she's from Colombia. So if he was in Colombia, I'm sure he has good memories to share, good places that he knows there. Why does he speak about something negative straight away? Not needed, you know. Avoid this.
So what are you doing in Miami?
I am a nanny.
Again, leaning against the statue here. Not needed. Do not act like you own the streets. Do not act like you are in a movie. Just keep standing, you know, normally without leaning against stuff, without trying to aura farm. Another bad thing that those guys are doing. I never did that shit, you know, before. I don't understand why they think it's good, because he actually pauses the video here, you know, like to tell you how good it is for his frame to lean against objects, you know.
An au pair?
Yeah, au pair, yeah,
Au
yeah.
pair. So yeah, someone au pair.
That's funny. My first girlfriend ever was an au pair from France.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
back when I was in college.
What happened?
She left me for a French man.
Man. So first, he talks about his ex during the approach. You don't want to talk about your exes during the approach at all. Plenty of stuff you can talk about, and your exes is not the right thing. And saying that he lost his girlfriend to a Frenchman, basically telling the girl he's a loser during the approach. It's not, it's pointless. I see a lot of guys who are joining my close friends group, and yeah, who are always very pessimistic like that, who are always very negative. You have one life, and you want to make it as good as possible. You want to give a good first impression to people when you meet them. You don't want to talk about anything during the approach that will put you under a bad light, basically.
No, I'm just kidding. No, she had to go back to France. It was 1 year contract.
Yeah.
The girlfriend thing, you know, the story of the French that stole her girlfriend, it was a joke. You shouldn't even joke about yourself during the approach. You only talk about good things, you know. Do not do self-deprecating jokes about yourself during the approach. It's not needed, and it will actually ruin your approaches if you do that.
Right there.
Oh.
So we're like neighbors.
Yes, we're nervous. Yeah, we're nervous.
We should get a drink sometime.
Yeah, anytime.
Let's do it. You have WhatsApp?
Talking about a potential date during the approach, yeah, it goes way too fast. You really want to just tell her at best that you will text her later, you know, and basically get to know her more by text before you even consider going on a date with her. Like that guy, I don't know why he's holding his phone that close to his face. He does it a lot, you know, in his video. He's always holding his phone like that. I don't know if he has like some kind of disability, you know, that he has to look at his phone like that. It just, it looks strange, you know. I guess he has like some problem, like some visual problem. But yeah, when you get the contact of a girl, you just want to hold your phone normally, you know, like normal people. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, anytime.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Ciao. Sorry I'm so sweaty.
Sorry, I'm so sweaty. If you end up in a situation where you kiss a girl like that and you are sweaty, just assume she liked it, you know. That guy, you can see that he's extremely negative. He basically, deep down, he hates himself. He's always going against himself. If I'm all sweaty, you know, I'm not going to bring it up with a girl. It's disgusting, man, you know.
I'm from Russia.
From Russia? You're here visiting or you live?
I live here.
Oh, you live? Okay, me too,
Look at this. Russia and Cuba. Our countries used to be friends.
What he did here was good. He's from Russia and she's from Cuba. And he was like, yeah, like our countries used to be friends, you know. It's good to play with her cultural background like that. Good stuff. I gotta say it, you know, it's the first good thing I see.
Nice to meet you.
There's my cousin Yanni.
Nice to meet you, cousin. Pleasure. I don't want to like interrupt your dinner, but we should hang out sometime. You know, for the sake of our countries.
No problem.
Let me get your number and I'll put it out. Are you in Brazil?
No, I'm you?
I live right here.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's good. Just put that.
La cubana. La chica cubana. Okay, Nico. Oh, awesome. Nice to meet you.
All right, and now we are going to look at his texting after that approach. His first text is Alex, his name, with a little smiley. I don't recommend to send that as a first text. Yeah, just imagine if you get her Instagram and you send her like your name, even though you text her from Instagram. Just assume she knows who you are already and talk to her like you know her already. The first text I send is always the same. It's, hey, it was nice to meet you at the mall or at the restaurant. Just that. I don't ask any questions. I don't send any picture. I don't do any like situational comments about the meeting, you know. I just tell her that it was nice to meet her there, basically. And it's extremely powerful as first message, because if she doesn't reply, it will look extremely bad for her. If you ask a question as first message, it will look bad for you. But if you just make a statement about your meeting being nice with her, it's a good thing, because if she doesn't reply, it looks bad for her, not for you. You look like the good guy. My text game, it's really completely aligned with the approach. I don't do any Tinder game. I don't do any IGDMs game. I only do cold approaches. So the text framework I created is a continuation of the approach, It's very important to text in a certain way. For example, the first message can always be the same because you stood out during the approach. On Tinder and on IGDMs, you actually have to send an original first message to stand out. But with cold approach, you stand out during the day. You don't have to stand out another time if you did the approach well. You can just send the same first text and it will work because you still have the momentum from the approach. And that's why you should send the first message the same day in the evening after the session. So when you go back home around 8:30 p.m., you send the first message. So here the girl is like, hi, little smile. How is my favorite Cubana? This is something you don't want to do. Just like during the approach, you want to build up things, Get to know her normally. You don't know her, so she cannot be your favorite Cubana, She has to earn that title. So yeah, do not burn steps like that. Take it step by step. Pretty good on you. He sends a picture of his dog, which is cool. It's fine to send pictures like that. Great, just finished the podcast. Hanging out with this guy now. Nice, cute, I like your tattoo. Thanks, do you have any? Yep, I do have one on my lower back. Cute, I will have to see it for myself one of these days. Yeah, it's really bad to do that during the texting phase. You don't want to sexualize it during the texting phase. If the girl let you sexualize during the texting phase, she is high exposure. It's a very bad sign. You want to have a normal convo without doing try out stuff like that, basically. How is your day going so far? Good. True, I had to work. And yours? Oh, mine was good too. Just finished a big workout, looking nice and fit for our date. So you see, those guys, they always have to fuck around during the approach, to gesture max and do weird stuff. And you can see it here, during the texting phase, it's the same. They also have to do weird stuff, and act weird. They don't have any date planned. And he's just assuming they have a date, it's cringe, it's try hard. Just like the tattoo thing. I will have to see your tattoo on your lower back someday. And now he's saying you're looking nice and fit for a date. It's the worst way to make it happen, Why do you have to fuck around during the texting phase like that? You just want to be normal during the texting phase. The approach is 5%, the texting phase has to be 30%. There are more potential scenarios. It's much more complex. It's the most important because it's how you see the girl again. Most of the time, you guys struggle with the texting phase. You gotta understand that it has to be aligned with the approach, and you won't be able to land dates by doing that kind of try hard game like that. And the girls, they won't give you any feedback, They will just go along and then they won't tell you anything. Awesome, lol, good. Do you like wine? Yup. Good, we should split a bottle sometime soon. Don't be shy. Man, that guy is 0 at text game. It's the worst text game possible, And he's so influential on YouTube. He's misleading so many men, because that's the type of text game that you do with sluts, basically. With high exposure girls. It's not the type of text game you do with girls you have cold approach during the day. Of course, he doesn't reply. He doesn't build something with her. He doesn't do it properly. He doesn't show her that he wants to do something with her. He doesn't invite her somewhere. He's just telling, okay, we should split a bottle sometime soon. It's too approximative. When you go for the dates, you want to have everything set up for her, basically. You want to tell her, okay, we're going to go there. You want to basically agree on the time with her. It's not going to work well if you are doing it like that, doing it just without building something with her, basically. He's just being on his own, doing his little teasing shit. And of course, it's not working. That text game cannot work. That's not how you get the best girls. Before you even care about how to take the right way, you have to cold approach the right way. That's the first step. You have to understand how to cold approach the right way. And that's what my close friends are for. If you try to text the right way before you cold approach the right way, it's not going to work. The approach is the initial step that you should be doing the right way. And then during the texting phase, it will be all about not fucking it up. We gotta take it step by step. Because you guys, you want to do everything at once, and it's not how it works. You have to first understand how to cold approach the right way, and it takes a few weeks to a few months. And then we focus on the texting phase. And the texting phase, as I said, it's much more complex. There are much more potential scenarios, and it's kind of difficult to have a specific text framework that works for every girl. Anyway, as I said, you want to focus on cold approach. And as we saw together, that guy has no idea how to cold approach the right way. Another guy with influence in the space, who is literally bringing his own dog whenever he goes out to cold approach. Bro can't just be normal. He always has to fuck around, bring his dog. It doesn't work that way. If you want to cold approach the right way, you want to be able to do it without any dog. You just do it by yourself. That's how you want to cold approach the right way. Just the way he approaches his opener, I think we had a moment. It's try hard. You don't need to approach like that. You can just say hi, how are you? Build an interaction with the girl instead of trying to make it like a movie, basically. You don't need to do that at all. His drip is awful. He won't be able to stand out dressing like that. We also saw his taste game sucks. He's doing mostly Tinder taste game, so you can see it here. That might work for Tinder, but again, if you want to get high exposure girls, feel free to listen to those guys, but if you want to go for the best girls, low exposure girls, who are not used to date a lot of guys, who are not on Tinder, that you can only find during daytime approaches, you have to understand that this is not the way. You are going the opposite way by listening to that guy. With cold approach, just doing a few things wrong will completely destroy your game. So here, the 3 biggest mistakes he's doing: 1, approaching with his dog; 2, using the same cringe opener during the approach; and 3, dressing like a nobody. So those 3 mistakes by themselves will completely destroy his game, because he will do everything based on those 3 things. Everything he does after that is based on that. So if he wants to cold approach the right way, he will have to first fix those 3 things and then see how it goes for him without those 3 things. And there will be much more hardships coming up. Instead of trying to understand all the wrong things about you, you want to understand the first mistakes you do during the approach and fix them. And once you fix those first mistakes, then you will have more niche mistakes that will appear. And that will never happen if you didn't fix the original mistakes in the first place. That's why it is so hard. That's why so many guys are giving up. It's because you cannot fix yourself like that. You cannot learn how to cold approach the right way straight away. You have to understand what you are doing wrong. You have to identify when you are doing it. You have to catch yourself when you are doing it. You have to avoid doing it. And then more problems will appear. So that's why it's priceless to have a community of guys who are doing it the right way. So you get that environment where everyone is applying the same framework and learning from each other's. You want that feedback loop with people who have done it over and over and who know how it works. That's why I made my close friends. It's the best environment right now to learn how to cold approach the right way. I have more and more people from YouTube who are joining my close friends and who are benefiting from the advice there. That's all for today. I'm going to be busy this summer reviewing all those coaches. If you want me to review any specific coach, let me know in the comments.